A bright and beautiful Tuesday morning, July 9th, 2019, Calvin Castine. The camera pointed at the Hudson Headwaters Champlain Family Health Center, which is right next door to the business we're going to be talking to today, right here on Route 11. Just a stone's throw or so, maybe 2 stones throws from the Route 9-11 intersection. And the other side of those trees is the shopping center here in Champlain. Pomerleau Shopping Center, Champlain Shopping Center. And we're here to talk to Kelly Gagno about her business that's been here for about a year, and it's expanding now, and it's a woman-owned business, which is a popular theme this day and age. So we'll be talking to a young lady that's got a woman-owned business and expanding it here in Champlain. And we've come inside, and we're going to meet up here with Kelly Gagno. And as outside, Kelly, I mentioned a woman-owned business, and I know right now Riley Ford, some other Moore's people are really pushing the women's own car dealership there with the Van Lubens and
Yeah,
Joey
no,
and Jess and,
it's great.
and Jenna. Yeah, and I thought of the insurances. I think of a lot of women-owned insurances in our area. Of course, Glenn Latchmore and Mary were, but Glenn was there, but Mary was a big part of that. Now we got
Yes.
Linda Misiak there in Shazy, and the Ellenberg Moores area had Andre Labarge, who
Yeah.
got that from her husband when her husband passed away. Lefty, she became the agent, and I guess she's recently moved on, retired.
She has, yes.
Yeah. And of course, right here in Champlain, Celine Paquette had the agency when Larry Paquette died, and the agency that you recently acquired, Chauvins, is Lita Chauvin got that when her husband died, and then passed it on to her son. So women have been very much a part of the insurance business. And you're a Moore's, can I say girl? Am I going to get in trouble
I'm a
here?
Morse girl, yes. Born and raised.
Former Moore's girl, now a
Yes.
Lake Placid woman, is it?
Yeah, so I live in Lake Placid. That's where I started my office in March of 2011. And then fast forward to October of 2017, I opened up back home, which was always on the back burner. I always wanted to come back and reinvest in the community that I was raised in. So here we are, yes.
So you've still got your Lake Placid business.
Yes, so Lake Placid, I have 3 employees that run the Lake Placid office, and then here we have Buffy, myself, and Darlene, and then now we have the 2 girls in Rouses Point.
Okay, you're using that word girls, so if I do, I might not get in as much trouble otherwise as I would.
Yes, no, you're totally fine.
Okay, Buffy is Buffy Little, and Darlene is Darlene Miller.
Darlene Miller.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
we have.
who are the girls in Rouse's Point?
So we have Mary Ellen Fabro, which, she's been around for a long time in the Rouses Point office, and then Christina Van Cor, and she's also been around for quite a few years, which was really important, when I acquired the 2 northern locations of the Chauvin office, that I wanted to maintain the employment that was there too, because they've serviced these, accounts for years and years and years. So, that was kind of the appeal to all of it as well, is that I could, the Champlain office we merged here because we're so close, but I wanted to maintain, what was and continue to grow it. So it's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've sure picked a good spot here. This is a former home that was right next door to
Yes.
what became the Family Health Center next door, and you got a shopping center on one side and a Family Health Center on the other side on a busy Route 11, so you're very visible here.
It is. A lot of people just stop by because they see the sign and, just stop in to get quotes. So it's a great location. It's busy. And when I was in school and taking the bus from Moore's to Champlain, this was always a house. So
Yeah.
I went to school with someone that lived here. So it's kind of funny that now I run a business out of it. Yeah.
Okay, so when did the opportunity come for you to, first of all, move part of your operation here a year ago?
Well, actually, it'd be 2 years in October. It was, just kind of, it happened. And I, tell the story a lot. It was one day, I heard Buffy was, looking for a job in insurance, and another friend had let me know, and then I reached out to another classmate of mine to see if there was any locations available, and it just happened to be that I met with Buffy in the morning. I found this location in the afternoon, and within 29 days we had it renovated and opened. So it was a pretty quick um, you know process, but I always had known that I wanted to come back here, so I sort of had been preparing to open up a branch. I wanted it to be here. I was exploring other options, but it just kind of all came together in one day. So, and Buffy had been in the insurance business for 29 years at that time, so it was just kind of a natural decision to take her on. And she had known a lot of people on the Rouses Point Champlain side, and then being from Moores, plus having a pretty big family here, it just all made sense. So it's been fun. Yeah, and it's been a busy 2 years, and again, the opportunity to expand and grow again with the Chauvin agency was again another natural decision. And that was something that was really important to Gene when he was looking to slow down and sort of just kind of maintain the Plattsburgh operation, was to find someone that understood the business, understood the area, and wanted to keep what is the same. So, we have a lot of similarities when it comes to that piece of it. And neither of us wanted to see, this be purchased by a bank and to go corporate. So again, another natural decision that's worked out great. So
Yeah, we won't name names, but that did happen to an area insurance agency, and it did, I think, kind of prove disastrous in the long run. We can't name names, but it's unfortunate.
And I'm not saying it's not the right or wrong thing to do, but it sort of takes away that hands-on approach.
Yeah, personal, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it means people lose their employment. And again, that was something that was really important to me, was to maintain what's already been here. And the Chauvin agency has been around for many generations. And then with the Champlain, it was Celine Paquette's, and Jean had acquired that one as well. So Darlene has was with Celine and then with Jean, and again, I mean, I think it's really important to maintain what was.
Yeah.
and grow. I bring a lot of technology. I love technology. We're a paperless agency. We don't have filing cabinets. If you are busy and you need to submit a quote online, we have a great mobile app. If you are too busy to come in the office, we can send everything to you electronically, so you can sign on your computer or your smartphone. We text off our system. So it's kind of like bringing in these new this technology and evolving what's already here too. So it's fun, and it's exciting.
Okay, I've only, I said a year ago, because that's what's in my mind, because even though I knew you were here quite a while before, last year I started buying my car insurance from you guys here. So I'm going to renew very shortly here. Will I get some paperwork though, or you say it's all electronic? I'm a guy who likes paperwork.
Yes. So unless you decided to go paperless, but yes, you'll get your policies in the mail, and Buffy will take a look at everything and make sure that your rates are still in line and there wasn't any major changes. So you'll get that paper in the mail.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
That's important to us
Yes.
old timers. You wouldn't know.
It's an option. It's an option. Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to shut the camera off and figure out what we're talking about next. Okay, we've mentioned, I didn't ask you this off camera here, so I hope you're prepared for this tough question. You mentioned that you're a local girl. Which Gagnon family are you part of, anyway?
So my parents are Jack and Donna, and they live right in the village of Moores. And then I have a brother, Chris, who's married to Christy, and then I have Sean, and he lives in Ausable Forks now.
I see Sean every year at the hockey thing there at Mahoney Pond.
Yes.
He gets right into it.
Oh, he does. Yes.
And of course, your brother Chris carried the microphone for me many times. So his daughters were playing, but and you'd show up and watch a game now and then. But the daughters have graduated.
They have. I'm a little sad this year because they're, Olivia graduated, and that's sort of the end of me watching their soccer games. But you know, they're both doing great and super proud of their accomplishments. I mean, high school, college, all that stuff. And Corey is in high school now. He is going to be 14 this year. So, but he's into dirt biking. So we just switch gears a little bit and go from sports to dirt biking.
He's also into mowing lawns, I hear.
Yes, he's actually helping me out. He likes to come and mow the lawn for me, which is wonderful.
So you're supporting the local economy here by hiring that local
Yes.
lawnmower.
Yes, yes.
Now, you had companies that you already had dealing with, and Chauvin's had companies. How many overlapped? How many did you have, rough percentage-wise? How many companies did you already have that you're dealing with?
So we had quite a few similar companies. I would say probably 50% of them we just merged them. But I picked up some new companies, and then I also had some companies that Chauvin didn't have. So really now, when people's renewals come up and we take a look at their policies, we have just about every company you could imagine to go to. So we're missing a few, but for the most part, I mean, we have a really great appetite as far as being able to reshop and make sure everyone's getting the best premiums. Or maybe we can increase their coverages, make some changes, do some additions. But yeah, I mean, we have a great appetite for companies.
Yeah, and one of the things we've always tried to promote on Hometown Cable is supporting the local business community, and you constantly see, no matter what the product is, you see online stuff being offered, and then people wonder why a local store is closed when they don't support the local people.
Yes, and I think the key to that is balance. And if you have the opportunity to buy something local, then you should, because it does, especially with insurance. I mean, when you buy it local, I mean, I have, there's 8 of us here between the 3 offices. So buying local, that's really what you're investing in, is you're investing in, local jobs. And the more people that can come to us, maybe we can create another job. So yeah, I mean, there's always that online competition, and I think that fits in certain circumstances. But insurance is one of those items that, when you use it, it's typically the worst day ever. So, you want to have someone that can walk you through a claim, whether it's something happened on your home or your vehicle's been totaled. So knowing that you can pick up the phone and talk to someone that lives in your community to walk you through it is really nice. And, going to those online markets, you sort of lose that personal touch, and you sort of become a little bit of a number, where you're not that at my office. Everyone knows everyone, and we try to build relationships with all of our clients. So.
Yeah, and when you appreciate insurance is when you have something happen. You have that accident, you have that fire or whatever. And I think at times like that, you really want that local agent that you can kind of cry on their shoulders and.
You bet. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rather than talk to somebody on the phone, it would just I think to me, again, I'm a proponent of several things, and one of them is definitely supporting your local economy, supporting your local business people, and I think that's important. You're going to run into some policies that people have that they've never been exposed to a company that you might have that wasn't there at Chauvin's. How are you going to handle that? What are you going to do with that? If I have a policy with somebody, and how do you do that?
So we have a comparative rater, and all of our companies are loaded into that for the most part. And some are not, depending on what companies are up to speed with technology. But experience. We have a lot of experience, a lot of years of experience, and.
Well, you hired some old women out there. Buffy and Darlene aren't near us, so I can say that.
Yes, Buffy and Darlene have together. I mean, they have a lot of experience, and that's honestly been wonderful with this whole coming back to the North Country, is the experience that I've picked up. And Buffy and Darlene are both 30 years in the business in this area. So it's really nice to have that. But as far as, when policies come up for renewal with our new clients, I mean, we're basically going to treat, anyone that's coming from the Chauvin agencies is going to fall into how we do things already at Blue Line Insurance, which is, we take a look at your policy and we, want to look at the rates, and it could possibly be that that company has taken a rate increase. So we're going to actively look to search with other carriers to see if we can find a better rate and possibly increase your coverage while we're doing it at the same time. If we have your auto and we don't have your home, we're going to look at those pieces too. So, right now this is all so new. We're in our second week and there's a lot of transition that's going on, and it should take about a month or so for everything to kind of smooth out a little bit. But we're just, folding everything, into how we do things with Blue Line already. So it's exciting to be able to, do this for more people now, which is great. So.
And you got that name Blue Line. It probably means more to the people in Lake Placid than it does to the people in Champlain here. Explain that Blue Line, where that name came from.
I get that question a lot. A lot of funny questions with that name. So when I had decided to open up my business, the one piece that I couldn't put together was, what am I going to call this business? And I had moved to Lake Placid. That's where I met my husband, and we had a life up there, and it was literally like on my fourth week and I still couldn't come up with a name. But in the Adirondack Park, the boundaries are referred to as the Blue Line. So that's how that name came about. And my husband had actually given me the name. And at that point, I think I was so over trying to figure it out that I'm like, you got it, Blue Line is it. So that's where the name came. And interestingly enough, we write all over New York State. So we've never stayed inside the Blue Line. We've in fact stayed mostly outside of the Blue Line, but the name's gonna stay.
That brings up a question in my mind that I always wondered about. If you've got that house that's in the Adirondack Park, and for us the other side of the Blue Line,
Mm-hmm.
and an identical house on this side of the Blue Line, is there a difference as far as the coverage or whatever?
No, there's no difference. It's just you're either inside the park, and if you build inside the park, you have those guidelines with the Adirondack Park Association. But as far as, inside or outside the park, it doesn't make a difference, really, on how we do things.
All right. I don't know if we'll be able to. I hear customers out there. I don't know if we'll be able to go outside and meet Buffy and Darlene on camera. Is there anything else that we started talking about doing this a couple of weeks ago? Anything else that you said that we got to make sure to talk about?
No, I think the biggest thing as we're going through this acquisition is just knowing that we're all here to answer whatever questions anyone has, and business as usual. So we're just here, pick up the phone and call, and we'll be happy to help out with whatever anyone needs.
All right. All right, I've come out into the front here, and we can look out the window. Do you folks spend a lot of time looking out the window here, or when the phone's not ringing?
Especially when the ambulance is going by.
Oh, yeah, right next to the medicals.
Can't miss that Champlain new ambulance. It sounds like it has an entourage of police cars with it. It's incredible.
Okay, let me back this up a second. I'm not sure if that was coming or not. All right, so I've plugged the microphone all the way in here, so it's no longer on the on-camera mic, so the sound might be a little bit different. So it's Buffy on our left and Darlene on our right. And who started working in the insurance business first?
Me,
You.
by 2 years.
By 2 years. What year was that?
1988, August 88, so in August of 88 it'll be 31 years for me.
Okay, and Darlene?
In February of 2020 will be 30 years for me.
Wow. That's
We're seasoned.
that's that's a lot of years.
We've been here forever.
Yeah, you guys must be old.
Yes. Yes. I have no problem with saying yes. I'm up there.
I just wanted to point out that you'd get an honest answer when you talk to these ladies here at Chauvin's.
Yes, you do.
So you get.
Yes, you do. Yes, you will.
Okay.
And you just call us Chauvin Agency, by the way.
I just call it, well, former Chauvin, former,
Yes.
okay, at Blue Line.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for pointing that out to me.
Oh, you're welcome, no
That's the
problem.
first mistake I've made in the last 15 seconds. All right, so you were here, you opened this office, maybe almost 2 years now.
Yes, October, I think it was October of 2017. I can't remember.
17.
Yes,
It's tough on the ground floor like this, starting off with just about zero clientele. I imagine
Yep,
she may have had a
and-
few from the area because she's known in the area, but
right, and then we just
Grew from there.
grew, exactly, grew from there.
yeah.
Yes.
And Darlene, is it a tough transfer? It can't be much of a transfer because you're outside of a new office. You're still dealing with the people you've been dealing with right along.
I am
So,
still dealing with the same ones. Yes, I am.
and then the lady, who are the ladies again in Rouses Point?
Mary Ellen Favreau and Christina
Van
Vancourt.
Right. Mary Ellen has been there a long time. She's a Shazy girl. And Christine, she's one that worked in the Champlain office? Or was,
She did for a while, yes, until 2 years ago. She was transferred to Rouses Point office.
okay. All right. Anything you guys would like to tell us here about
Well, Buffy does
Oh,
the
wait.
personal. Buffy
Yep.
does the personal,
And
and I
I
do
did
the
personal?
commercial.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you each have
So
your
I'm
own
all,
hat.
I'm all personal lines. I do all the fun things: homes, autos, boats, motorcycles. We have now we have Allstate in the office, and Allstate has an excellent rate for anyone who's looking for a motorcycle, ATV, or boat quote. Allstate is exceptional with those rates.
Oh, was that a commercial? You're trying to sneak a commercial in here on?
Yes.
There you go. Yes.
Yes.
But a lot of our other companies they have excellent rates. That I've done many packages for home and auto bundles here, and save people a lot of money, which is good. That's the main reason. You want to give people quality insurance for a very good rate, so that they don't feel like they're insurance poor.
All right. And their hours here or what? Uh-huh. Do you know?
9 to 5.
9 to 5.
9 to 5.
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
No Saturday hours?
No,
No?
Saturday.
No Saturday.
No, I'm busy at church.
You're busy? Yes, you are. Playing that organ.
Three times.
Yeah. Do you ever go on vacation, either one of you?
I just go
What?
back.
Just go back?
There you go.
The first thing she did was take a vacation day when she...
I did. Well, no, before I started here, I took a vacation, a week
Oh.
vacation. Yes, I did. Beautiful vacation.
Okay. Anything else you guys think we ought to know outside of Buffy trying to run a commercial by me here?
Well, if you're going to the Chauvin Agency office, it's gonna say, come over here to Blue Line. I'm on 840 State Route 11, right next to the medical center.
Right next to New Hudson Headwaters.
Okay.
I tell people when they see the Price Chopper shopping mall, do not speed up because you're gonna go right by our place.
Unless you were coming from the east and you've already been by it.
Exactly.
Right, right. So,
So this makes you about another 500 feet a day driving?
it does, yes.
Reads it.
500 feet.
Increases your commuting
I tell
time, huh?
everybody like 4 or 5 buildings down.
And I think the important thing with the insurance is that when you have a claim, and that's probably what you guys come in, the most for is,
Yes.
when you got a claim, you got to come here and you want somebody that's going to be looking out for you and not somebody on a phone somewhere.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So you guys get on the phone instead
Right,
of the,
we
instead
get
of
on
the
the
customer.
phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we're a hands-on company where we take care of our clients. And when you call, you're gonna get us on the phone as well.
Well, yes.
Well,
I knew
it's
that.
not some places that you call and they're always.
Oh, yeah,
I've
you
had
want-
some people say, I keep getting an answering machine. I never get to speak to anyone. It's like, no, you'll speak to someone here.
Yeah. So,
For
yeah,
sure.
Right. Yeah. You're calling.
Unless you call after 5, then you get our answering
Then you
machine.
get a machine. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And you, so as you guys are talking to me here, Kelly has to answer the phone right
She's
now.
doing a good job. That's what she's paid the big bucks.
All right. Anything else I should ask you, ladies?
No,
No.
No, we're all set.
All right.
No, we have a great boss. We work really well together, and we're here for the community to, give you guys the best coverage and the best prices.
Yeah. When I started here, I was talking. You know, you got two women here. You got two women in Rouses Point. You got it's a woman that owns it. I think of the, you know, Latchmore. Mary Latchmore was in it. You got Linda Misiak that's in it. You got Andre Labarge for so many years. You had Celine Paquette, Lita Chauvin. Yeah, so many women have been involved in the insurance business.
But
It
then
just
you
seems
have 2 to 3 women up in Lake Placid as well,
so it's all women.
just about.
Oh, I gotta stand up for the men here, really.
Well,
Women-owned business.
exactly, you know, if guys want to come in and work insurance with us, it's fine. As long as they can hold up their end of the bargain, it's good.
No, but it's just
You know,
amazing how.
we're not going to be, you know, making coffee for them and doing stuff like that, you know, that's the old days. No, we do our stuff, they do their stuff, and we all work together.
Yeah, but it is amazing how many, you know, women have moved into the insurance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, still need the men to mow the lawn out there, see.
Yeah, exactly.
Her nephew's out there mowing somewhere, and she's even got her brother helping him, so.
Mhm.
All right, thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Calvin.
And now through the magic of television, we're transported to Rouses Point, and there's Rouse Park. Here we're on Chapman Street, and we're going to go inside the Rouses Point branch of this blue line and talk to the ladies who are working inside. Okay, we have moved inside, and to some people this will be a familiar sight. So Kelly, who have we got in here?
So we have Christina.
Christina?
Yes.
Christina who?
Christina Vancourt.
All right.
Yes. And then we have Miss Mary Ellen Favreau over here.
Yes. Shazy graduate. I remember when she graduated. It was about 5-6 years ago?
Thank you. Yes.
That's oh,
32 years.
32 years ago, see? I asked the girls in Champlain if they were old, and they both agreed they were. So I said, it showed when you come in here, you get an honest answer. So,
Yes.
so if you agreed that 5 or 6, you would have ruined the whole thing. But it's 30 that long ago?
Great hair. See this? Yeah, that long ago.
Wow, it doesn't seem it to me.
No, I blinked, and then it's here.
So class of 87?
Oh, actually 88. My math is bad.
Uh-oh, 31 years
31
ago.
years.
We just took a year off.
Yeah. So I guess I am younger.
All right, how long have you been here, Mary Ellen?
27 in September, it'll be 28 years.
Yeah, it looks like the landlord is coming into the back door there. So, so this is still owned by the illustrious Mr. Chauvin, so the building. But, so,
Yep.
all right, so has it been much of a transition for you? You're pretty much still dealing with the...
It's the same but different. The same but
people
different.
yeah, it's not
Absolutely.
like Buffy and
The
Darlene.
same clients and
they
the
got-
same companies and, you know, a little different
Well, you gotta learn
operating
some new.
procedure,
You
but
gotta learn some new companies too, though, don't you?
we have a few, yes, absolutely. So that will expand our coding capabilities and be able to write new companies and perhaps where we would be stuck writing a client before and may not be able to help them, now we may.
So you're more flexible than what
Exactly.
you've been in the past.
Exactly.
All right,
So it's pretty much business as usual, same people, same faces, clients can come in and we're still here.
Yeah. All right, and your hours?
8:30 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Okay, I think they open at 9 in Champlain. So
The phones turn on at 9. So
Okay.
we're in here, we're working, so if they want to stop by, absolutely.
so as long as you're here,
Yeah, they can walk through the door, we're here.
you won't look at the clock, say, sorry, take a number.
Yeah, really. No, we don't do that. Sometimes here even earlier, but officially 8:30. Yeah.
All right, I know you had a 24-hour warning that we'd be showing up. Anything you figure you like to tell us? I'm not going to ask you.
Oh, just absolutely. Everything is transitioning well, and you know, they have to bear with us for a little bit because we're learning new systems and transitioning.
More computer
over.
stuff than what you're used to.
Yes, exactly. But other than that, you know, business as usual.
Yeah. When you graduated high school, you were still playing with your Commodore 64. So.
Don't you know it? I still have it.
Still playing Pac-Man on our Commodore in our off hours.
Absolutely.
All right.
Oh, and
Yes.
Was it Space Invaders? I'm glad you have a long memory, Calvin.
Well, I had kids that were graduating in that,
Oh, really?
in that era too.
Oh, nice.
All right,
No.
all right. Thank you, Mary Ellen.
You're welcome.
We're going to wrap it up, and before I went to Blue Line this morning, I had to pick up some items from JP Signs in Shazy this morning. And as we were walking out, Kelly gave me some information. What is that?
Well, Jess has made every sign since I've been open, with the exception in one in Lake Placid, but she did make my original Lake Placid sign and the Champlain one and this one as well. So she's done a great job. I call her, she gets it done fast, and I mean, this one was done, I think, Saturday before we opened up, so she does a great job.
Two-sided?
Yes, two-sided, yes.
She doesn't put it in the ground for you, though.
Yes.
She did.
So this one was here. This was Chauvin's sign.
Okay.
So we just basically,
Oh, okay.
you know, she came in and took his out and put this one in. But she removed the old signs for me, and in Champlain, she actually built a sign and put everything in. So again, super fast because, you know, I did that so quickly. And I just gave her a call, and she had the job done. So she does a great job.
She does a great
Yes.
job, and another Northeastern graduate.
Yes, yes. And another woman-owned business in the North Country.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
try to send her whatever I can whenever I need something done. She's the first one I think of, and she always does a great job. So
She does. She's great.
yeah, so she'll even put it in the ground for you.
She will. She does it all.
All right, Kelly, we're going to wrap it up here, and a lot of sunshine and beautiful downtown Rouses Point. Good a place as any to end this program. Any final thoughts, final words?
No, we're just really excited and happy to be back home and in my own community again. It's great.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. I've been talking to Kelly Gagno from the Blue Line Insurance, and we're wrapping it up here next to the post office on Chapman Street in Rouses Point. Thanks for watching.